Welcome to this explainer on CS Executive Paper 7, Tax Laws and Practice. I want you to just take a breath, relax, and think of me as your senior who's here to guide you through this exact paper. Now look, Paper 7 is totally unique. You've got direct tax, GST, and customs all jammed into one massive subject. And honestly, if you try to study all 20 of those chapters with equal focus, you are going to fall into a massive trap. You're just going to end up spreading yourself way too thin. So today, we're not doing that. We're going to use hard historical data to build a highly focused roadmap for you. We are going to figure out exactly which chapters to master, which ones to just cover lightly, and honestly, which ones to simply skip.
Section 1. The 100-mark problem. Let's talk about why this paper feels so incredibly overwhelming right out of the gate. Okay, so here is the exact problem you and pretty much every other student faces. You look at the syllabus, you see 20 chapters, and your default instinct is to just start at page 1 and study chronologically. It's totally natural to assume all of them demand an equal slice of your time, right? 13 chapters for direct tax, then you trudge through GST, then customs. It feels literally endless, but trust me, doing it this way is a very costly mistake. Let me show you exactly why.
Get this! Historically, just 7 chapters out of your entire textbook yield over 75% of all exam marks. Think about that for a second. The remaining 13 chapters combined, they give you barely 24%. Honestly, Paper 7 has the highest concentration of marks in a tiny set of chapters compared to any other paper you'll take. The takeaway here is crystal clear. Master your 7 core chapters and just strategically manage the rest.
Moving to Section 2, the SSL Data Solution. Let's see exactly how we actually pinpoint those high-yield chapters.
So, based on all that data, we've organized the entire syllabus into a really simple 4-tier framework. First up, we have Tier 1. These are your power chapters, and they are completely non-negotiable. Next is Tier 2, your high-value chapters with a really strong return on investment. Then comes Tier 3, which are moderate chapters that you'll tackle only after the first 2 tiers are secure. And finally, Tier 4, the selective chapters that require just the bare minimum of your time. This framework is going to tell you exactly how much study energy each chapter actually deserves.
Section 3, Tier 1 Power Chapters. Listen up, because this is the absolute most critical part of your roadmap. Let's walk through these massive heavy lifters. Tier 1 has just 4 chapters, but they are giants. You've got Chapter 19 with 209 marks, Chapter 18 with 143, Chapter 17 with 121, and Chapter 11 with 113 marks. Just these 4 chapters alone command nearly 53% of the entire paper's marks across the last 10 exams. That's over half the paper. You have to master these first, and you make absolutely zero compromises here. All right, Section 4, Tiers 2 and 3 ROI. Let's move on to where strategically investing your remaining time is going to give you the absolute best returns.
Here's your next layer. Tier 2 contains chapters 13, 16, and 20. These are your high-value chapters. You are going to study these right after your Tier 1 foundation is rock solid. Chapter 13, by the way, is specifically important for direct tax compliance. Then you've got Tier 3, which includes chapters 2, 9, 7, and 6. These have a moderate impact on your score. Your main goal here is just one really thorough, solid revision for each. Nothing crazy.
Now I need you to pay very close attention here. Let's look at Chapter 18, ITC and Computation of GST Liability. Technically, by total marks, we already know it ranks as a high-tier chapter, but you have to look at its trajectory. In the early sessions, it averaged about 8.3 marks, but in recent sessions, it has absolutely surged to an average of 26.3 marks. Guys, that is a 216% explosion. ITC is the examiner's absolute current priority, which means you have to treat it with near Tier 1 urgency.
Section 5, Tier 4, the Smart Skip. This is my favorite part because this is where I give you data-backed permission to relieve a ton of your study pressure.
A staggering 9 whole chapters fall into Tier 4. Chapters 1 and 14 have literally never appeared in 10 exams. 0 marks. The others appear very irregularly. If you combine all 9 of these chapters, they yield a total of only 9.6% of all exam marks. Let me be clear. Skimming these chapters is not you taking a careless risk. It is a highly calculated necessity to protect your valuable time.
So, how do you actually execute a smart skip in real life? It means you cap your study time at a strict maximum of 1 to 2 hours per chapter. You go in, you focus entirely on key terms and definitions, and that's it.
nothing more. Cut your losses here, save your deep mental focus, and redirect all that energy right back into your power chapters where it belongs.
Finally, Section 6, the 60-30-10 Study Blueprint. Let's bring all this data together into a plan you can use today. Here is your exact study energy distribution formula. 60% of your daily effort and mental energy goes entirely to Tier 1, Chapters 19, 18, 17, and 11. 30% goes to Tier 2, and you're going to prioritize that rising star Chapter 18 first, followed by 13, 16, and 20. And just 10% of your energy goes to Tier 3 and Tier 4 combined. Sticking to this guarantees that you are dedicating your efforts where they actually move the needle.
Before we wrap up, I do need to give you a quick reminder that this analysis is based on past exam data. Trends and patterns are indicative, they aren't a magical guarantee of marks. But by utilizing this roadmap, you are no longer studying in the dark. You know exactly where the examiner's focus actually lies. Implement this strategy, manage your time fiercely, and remember, study smart, score better. So, looking at your schedule right now, which of those Tier 1 power chapters are you going to conquer first?